So further, we'll do a part 3 on this because it's very important to lay this all out. Because it's easy, obviously, to sound misogynistic, misanthropic, or even xenophobic when you're starting to talk about specific sects of people in such a way. And what you need to understand is the entire field is every single morsel, every single cell, every atom, every molecule, every photon is, in fact, being commandeered, taken over, rerouted, and charged in the most complex way that most people would not realize. How the protection that you automatically feel as a father, as a husband, as an upstanding man, those attributes can be used against you and are. The ability to autodidactically assess and understand language models and to accrue information. This is used against you as soon as you go into this frequency or this cymatic involvement of intrinsic thought. They are aware of you. They reroute that system. High-pitched ringing, tinnitus, keeping people who would become more educated by nature through their own ontology, through this phenomenology, would become better human beings. That is being barred. And it's being instead replaced by a faction of people that is entirely synthetically engineered for a specific purpose. So when I sound like I'm putting down a certain sect of people, I'm telling you the derivatives and the direction, the discourse of how this abuse is taking place. So either these so-called UAP motherships, the I3 Atlas, or Oumuamua, or any of the other unsupported ships, UAP and UFO technology that has been captured, whether or not it's true or not, we really can't validate or disvalidate this. But supposedly there is this tension and this agitation and this almost a warlike process taking place between what we would assume as the human beings. Let's not forget about Michael Aquino, the Presidio, what was happening there in daycare centers with Monarch, and so many other CP and connected issues that lead into these strange occult rituals, Satanism, whatever that truly is, leading back toward paganism, and this sort of cosmic worshiping of what Jason Rizzo-Giorgiani kind of begins to call at its face Prometheus, right? Or what we might look deeper into as Dionysus or Isis, or even further at sun worship and Thelema, leading back to these strange sex rituals. Are these visitors coming from inner Earth, another dimension, out in space? Is there a faction that's actually here to help? Or is that like Ted Rice asserts, or Dr. Barbara Turner, Carla Barbara Turner, is she, are these people just pitching in for lack of more information in the books that they write, right? So are we ever able to break free, or are we constantly falling in another heated tennis match that is just rhetorically going nowhere and never really leads to any sort of final arrivement? Or is this a very serious notional aspect that's taking place right now, where a group has identified what's happening here on a deep intrinsic scale with all the manipulation and is willing to set right that which is being, all that is being mischaracterized and bred throughout generations, in fact, through these occult connections and these Masonic origins, for this abuse to rapidly stop, and for these despotic oligarch rulers that have made their ways, when we look back to the Medicis and the Habsburgs and all these different groups. Yes, there are several of them, right, to the point where we really need to take a closer look at the fact that this master morality and this slave morality is turned upside down